Hey guys, I'm Andrew Dempsey and welcome to Aussie Skate. So I just got home from work, 12-hour shift on a Friday, which is like so awesome, yeah. But I thought instead of doing a whole bunch of other stuff that I should be doing, by the time you see this, it's going to be Tuesday, and I thought, why not make it Tutorial Tuesday? One of the recent photos I posted was me sort of floating whilst vacuuming, which is just for a bit of fun, but I thought I'd just run through a quick tutorial on how to float in your photo only using your phone. It's pretty simple, and I'm going to take you through it right now. So let's do it. So basically the first thing you're going to want to do is you want to get to set up your phone in a spot where it's not going to move. The whole entire time your phone's just going to stay stationary in the one spot. For me, I thought I'm gonna do this in my kitchen, which is not really a kitchen. It's more like where I charge things, and it's got this hole in the bench here, which is like really inconvenient. Like, who puts that there? I think they call it like a sink or something. There's also like this stove top thing that I've heard about that you can like cook things on. Like, I don't know. I just put all my camera stuff there and charge stuff on it. But so I'll just show you, like, so I mean, for my little setup, I've got a tripod there, which is not, and I said, you don't need a tripod, but you just want to have your phone in a position where it's not going to move or get bumped, because you want to take possibly multiple photos with the same position so that there's no changes to the image. So when you do your layering and stuff like that, you know, there's not going to be any changes in the background. So yeah, so I've just got a little tripod and a little mount, and the only other thing that I've got attached here is it's just a wide angle lens. They're pretty cheap. You can find them on Amazon and stuff like that for your phone. It just creates a wider angle, and it's, once again, not something you need, but it's just something that I've got because I like that sort of wide angle view. But anyway, so from this point, yeah, we're just gonna set up the scene, and I'll just take you through the editing process and show you how easy it is to do this stuff on your phone. Alright guys, so the very first step you want to do is take a photo of the scene. So that's where my camera is. You just want to take a photo of, alright, I won't bump it again. You want to take a photo of just the background, nothing in it, nothing in the way of what's going to be one of the layers. So the very first layer is just the empty scene. So, and the other thing I have is Bluetooth remote, so that I don't have to touch my phone whilst taking photos or videos or whatever you want to do. So I use this so that the camera just stays there untouched. First thing we do is just take the photo with nothing in it. Might take a couple just in case, but that's the very first photo. So you just want a blank canvas, so to speak. All right, so the next photo, so what I'm thinking is I'm gonna levitate like I'm floating in a, I don't know, like in a meditating type thing, just floating in my kitchen like an idiot, because what else do you do in the kitchen, right? What I'm gonna use is I'll grab I'll just grab a stool, just a bar stool, and I'm gonna sit on that in a way where I'm gonna be able to take the stool out of the photo after in editing, and it's quite easy to do. I'll show you. Alright, so that's done. Me sitting on a stool in the kitchen looking like an idiot. But basically that there is just the raw photo. So now we have the blank canvas photo, and now we have the photo of me sitting on the stool. So Now we'll jump into the editing side of things. Let's go. Alright guys, so now we're going to go through the process of layering the photos and making it look like I'm floating. So here we go. So the app I use is PS Express, so Adobe PS Express. I don't think you can use the PS Express app or the Lightroom app for free, but in saying that, it's not very expensive. It's like maybe like 10-15 bucks a month or something to be able to use these apps, and they've just got so much power with photos, doing this sort of stuff. It's amazing what you can do on just your phone. So I would definitely say if you're into doing this sort of stuff, it's worth it 100%. So we'll open PS Express. You can see it's one of my other photos. There's multiple photos in one there, and that's just the raw sort of version. But all right, so we'll start our own. So we've got our photos there. Grab just the plain background, like I was saying, just a blank canvas. So that's going to be our background there, and then we're going to hit the plus to add another photo, and we will grab this photo here. So we've got our two different photos, and then what we're going to do is we need to cut out basically the stool. We need to cut out the stool from the second photo and blend it in with the first photo. So the first thing we do is hit cut out down the bottom left there, and you can see it comes up with like an auto cutout. But what we want to do is do custom, and then we can then do our own sort of cutout of that picture. So we're going to drag just using the smart cut. So what do we want to do here? So we want to just grab myself. So I'll draw a box around just me, see what that brings up. So you can see there's a few discrepancies, so we might just need to tweak it a bit. So you want to click on remove, and you want to get rid of all the parts that you don't want to be in the photo. So another good tool is the brush. So we might have to use a brush on this one. So you can grab that, remove. We might remove the layers so that we can see what we're doing. So I'll just drag around my foot there, get rid of any of that stuff. And then you can decrease the size of the circle. Okay, so you can sort of see there I've had to go around. I've missed a little bit there. So you just sort of have to fix up a few parts. Depending on the light, it doesn't always pick up the outline of your subject. So the lighting wasn't probably ideal, but it's not that hard to just sort of tweak it a bit and fix up those areas. So there we go. It looks like we've got a pretty good outline around myself. So now what we do is we go out of cutout and back into edit, and there you are. Like basically I'm floating, and you can change the size. I could be tiny and a tiny floating endo, but I'll undo that. So normal size. So basically from there, if you wanted to add shadows to make it look realistic and stuff like that, you can do all that sort of stuff. So let's just take that how it is, and we're gonna go export, and we're just gonna export it to the camera roll, and we'll drag it into Lightroom and just do some color grading type editing with some presets that I have, and we'll see how it looks. So there we are, we've got the photo in Lightroom now. So many things you can do on this app as well, and it's pretty self-explanatory to use. So I'll just grab a preset. So I really like that preset there. It just smooths everything out, and the colors look nice. The highlights and the shadows, everything looks quite nice. So I'm going to choose that one, but we can make some further tweaks and stuff like that. So if we come across to selective, you'll be able to see there's already a selective gradient, they call it, I guess, which is highlighting that. So I can sort of change it a bit. Alright, so I think that looks, you know, there's so much more we can do with it, but we'll just go with that. That looks pretty good for now. So what I'm thinking is maybe if I get some, maybe like some smoke or some like cloudy, hazy, something underneath me to make it sort of mimic like I'm floating and there's like some sort of smoke below me or something like that. So basically we can export that. So export to camera roll, and then we're going to take it back into PS Express, and that's where we can further add layers to the photo to add a few more effects to make it look however we want. So now we're back in PS Express. You can see the edited version from Lightroom is right there, so we'll choose that one. And we're pretty much back to just square one with the one photo, the one layer. Yeah, we're going to add some effects underneath me to make it sort of look like I'm floating more. Okay, so you can search for any sort of effects, like just on the internet, and find pictures that are free to use. So we'll try that now. That's a pretty cool one there. It's probably going to look like I'm farting or something. Maybe this one here. This one here could be cool. So I will add to photos, and then we'll go back to PS Express and we'll push the plus button. We'll grab that image. It will create another layer, and then with that we can change the size of it, dragging your fingers and move it around wherever you want. But the trick is to blend this in with the photo. So just under the slider, under the image, you'll see edit and blend. So we want to click on blend, and then what we want to do is choose lighten or screen. So you'll see even with the screen it adds that little bit of blue that's in the background. So if we go lighten, basically the only thing that will show up is the smoke. So from there we can adjust it to where we want it. Maybe we want it to just sit just underneath the bottom of the photo, so it looks like it's just on the ground there. And then you can adjust this slider on the bottom here to adjust the opacity of that layer, how much it's visible. So, but in this instance, I'm just going to go 100%. Yeah, from that point, we will export the photo again to the camera roll. Your photo has been saved to the camera roll, so we'll go back to photos, and there we are. It's pretty basic, but it's just a quick little tutorial to show you how easy it is to levitate in photos, and that's all just using my phone with Adobe PS Express and Adobe Lightroom. So yeah, I think it's fun to play with. So hopefully if you guys found that helpful, create some levitating photos of your own, and yeah, tag me, comment if there's any questions, any suggestions, like it, subscribe, and I will keep doing tutorials like this. We'll try and make it like a tutorial Tuesday type deal, but we'll see how we go with that. But yeah, I hope that helped, and I hope you have a good day. I'll see you soon.